Welcome to the channel, and what is kind of an exciting episode, at least for us, as we're kind of finally approaching the 50% mark with this Mercury Monterey. We started off the day yesterday with things looking like this, and then a little while after, this happened. Yes, it is out from underneath the body, and it is in the driveway. I'm going to flip this around so you can have a bit of a look at what the condition of the frame is. We managed to have a good look. Now finally it's out from underneath the body and we can see the condition of the frame itself. Unfortunately, we thought we might be able to find a VIN number on the frame, and that actually we don't see it, but we got some further cleanup to do. There's definitely a little bit of scaling on the driver's side of the frame compared to the passenger side. It's a little tough at the back, as you can see here. I'll get a little further away so you can actually see everything. The differential bolts, probably all the studs are going to need to be changed, as some of that are pretty heavily corroded. Most of the clips actually were, we were able to undo them by warming them up with a torch. All but the left rear one, we had to actually cut the bolt. But there you go. So you can see that yesterday we had a pretty productive day, because this is out here finally, which also means another thing. So we managed to get the body cleared as well as actually mounted up onto the rotisserie. And as you can see, we are actually looking at the car on its side here. The Princess Auto rotisserie, sure, it's not the top-notch product, I suppose, but it does manage this rather large car. I mean, I'm 6'3", and this car right now is actually taller than I am. If you look here, you can see that the one rocker was repaired, which we hadn't actually spotted until this position. So that'll be getting cut out and properly repaired. But sure gives you a good look. I'm going to get a little further away so you can see. So here's our back end of it. We were able to mount it to this back support because it was still strong enough. And at the front, we actually made a bar to go across the 4 bolts that are underneath the firewall. There you can have a good look. And I know we had a lot of discussion about those squash wheel tubs. I don't know if you can really see, but this is definitely the area where they were squashed down. Yeah, it's a little hard to tell. Once we get some of the dirt and everything cleaned out of there, it'll definitely be a lot more visible. There, I gotta go to the front so I can show you. Yeah, here is the bar that we made so that we could mount it across the 4 body mount bolts in the front. So the rotisserie is on the 2. We actually couldn't go wide enough with the adjustments on these to move them to the outer bolts anyways. So this is why we tied it together. The only thing we did notice about this rotisserie is that it seemed like the guy on one end was doing his job on the other, and the guy on the other end wasn't doing his job. We had to grind all the welds out of the center of one of these because it didn't fit on this bar, as well as there's a bracket here that supports this wheel for fine-tuning your adjustment. The holes didn't line up whatsoever. We had to deal with that. And then there's center braces that go all the way through the center, and they didn't line the holes up. We had to ream the holes out. So I guess that's my only complaint for a cheaper car rotisserie, except for the fact that this is a rather large car and it's fairly heavy, and the rotisserie is managing it anyways. We were able to roll the car over on its side fairly easily. We were just careful. We did it with 3 of us to make sure nothing bad happened. But you can see that for sure to work on the car, it's going to be so much easier. I mean, being able to stand into these positions and do the job is going to be a lot easier. So, yes. So, it wasn't too bad. It was a total of a few hours. We do have to let you know that there actually is 18 body mounts on this car, of course. 1 here, 2, 3, 4, let's see here, 5 is right here, 6 and 7, and then 8 and 9 are the 2 other ones that are down on the front that are, of course, at the bottom of the firewall. Yeah, this car has a lot of fastening points, and we did get caught by one, so I will definitely tell you a little bit about that. It's actually an update to one of the Ford plant discussions. So we got a little further back so you can actually see there. So we call that a pretty successful Wednesday. We'll be back with stripping the frame is going to be our next plan of attack. Once the frame is stripped of all the components, the frame will be going out for sandblasting. We decided to send it out to have it done and get it all cleaned up. And once it's all cleaned up, we will actually be getting to some clean paint start, which we kind of consider the 50% point as things start to go back together. It's going to be exciting to see things go back together. Freeman is gearing up. He's getting better. And, well, we got a whole lot of body work to get sorted out. So, keep watching the channel, and you're going to see this car go back together eventually. It's been almost 4 months that we've been working on this. So progress is there, and we have a couple more breakthroughs with the interior and a possible announcement. We're sort of waiting on some confirmation, but we have a target goal for this car, and there's a reason why we're trying to put it back to as close as original as we can. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.